It's absolutely fantastic to be up here. It's an excellent opportunity for me because I started skating when I was 3 years old out at Binghamton Arena when the old Whalers were there, and they used to open up the ice after the games. So I love hockey, and it's incredible to come back to this and see some of the passion that's here. And you know, I wouldn't be here today or at all had Kevin Shier not done what he did. And it's so incredible to finally meet him. And he's an incredible young man, and I look forward to seeing his games in the future. So I'm a Union hockey fan now, and will be for life.
We want to welcome members of your family and Kevin's as well. And we'd like to open up for questions from our media.
What do you remember about that day?
Really not much. I had a memory from that morning come to me about January of me driving down one of the back roads before I got up to the thruway, but that was probably an hour or so before the accident. And that's it, just a snippet memory. And actually, yeah, because I had a severe, it's borderline moderate or severe, they don't really know, because I was in an induced coma for 11 days after the accident. So that's what I remember.
You had an interaction with Kevin. It wasn't in person, but you spoke with him over social media?
Yeah, yep, on Facebook. Yep, so when I found out some of the people's names, I think this was in February, I went on, and thanks to the work that my sister did, and actually Sean Kierst from Syracuse Post-Standard, he did a bunch of work, wrote some beautiful stories. I was able to piece together some of the people who allowed me to be here, and I reached out on those, on that network, and friended them. So we started communicating there, and the funny thing was when I when I got to meet Kevin down here, he actually got an update from his mom that I was playing sled hockey down at Walter Reed. So it's nice how we can connect like that.
You want to share anything that you and Kevin spoke about today?
Our love for the sport. We were able to walk through their facilities here, and it's incredible, what they have for them. How they set up the different players' areas and custom sticks. And, there's a lot of honor in what they do, and they really respect what they do. Like in their team area locker room, even though there's no lockers today, it's just like cubbies. But they have the Union College symbol in the center, and no one's allowed to walk on that. And it's nice to have that heritage. They truly carry a lot with them, and it was neat.
How has the recovery been going?
It's been long and arduous. There were some very difficult times. Initially in January when I first woke up, I was trying to piece stuff together, but I was very happy to be here. I was very grateful to be alive and excited, and it's like, oh, I can learn to do this again, and as the recovery was coming, at first, it took, I think it was beginning of January that I actually knew myself as me. So this is about a month after the accident, and I can actually remember things from the day before. And around that time, I was getting new stuff back every day. My wounds were healing. I was getting updates. I was actually here in Schenectady over at Sunnyview. Sunnyview Hospital. I was there for a month, and I was just making little gains every day. And it was great. I was working with speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and I was getting a lot of wound care from occupational therapy because I've got burns to my right hand and arm, and there's a burn on my knee, but that's not a big deal compared to the hand and arm. And it took until July for my wounds to heal, and that's actually why we did the amputations, because I didn't break my fingers or anything. This is from the burns. But yeah, with the recovery, initially it was quick, and then once you get into a couple months along, it really slows down. And just like what I was saying, my wounds didn't heal, and they wouldn't have healed until after July, had I not had the amputations that I did. So some stuff happens quick, and then it slows way down, and that's when it got very hard for me, incredibly hard. I mean, at the lowest point in my life. But now I'm back, and I'm going to be all right. And instead of being focused solely on like wounds healing and everything, I'm focused on living again. And this is living right now. This is one of the best days of my life.
Other questions?
I got one.
Sure.
I heard about the explosion, how Kevin ran in and got you out of the car before the explosion happened.
Yeah.
What do you think that says about him and his character?
He's willing to do whatever he can to help somebody in need. He can put his own self at risk. I mean, it shows a lot that he's. Nobody knew that day. They were risking their lives for mine. It says a lot. And he's very humble about it. Because he says what a lot of the true heroes say. I did it because he would have done it for me.